What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You are familiar with my Kubota BX2200 burn tractor project picked up at the junkyard a couple months ago, and I've been restoring it. It's got a little 3-cylinder Kubota diesel engine up here, got it running. You saw in a couple of videos, and at the junkyard again the other day, and they said, "How's that Kubota coming?" I said, "It runs. It works great." He said, "Want another diesel engine?" "Sure. You got one?" "I do." Check this out. A John Deere F935 front mount diesel 3-cylinder liquid cooled diesel Yanmar engine in here. Supposedly it runs. The guy took it to the junkyard because this clutch right here that drives the front PTO for the mower deck did not work. I've yet to test it yet, but hopefully it actually did not go out and something super simple will fix that. So everything else supposedly works, minus, stuff like the fuel cap right here and stuff like that. But, other than that, let's have a flat tire. Got the mower deck too, it's a 60-inch, 3-bladed mower deck. It's got all hydraulic lifts up here. It is a beast. 22 horsepower, all hydraulic, all hydrostatic. It's a pretty good machine. $100 pay for the thing, and the resale value of this thing is like $2 to $3 grand, so I think this is a wise financial move if it works. Have not turned the engine over yet. It needs a battery and a fuel pump, but I'm pretty optimistic. Everything on this thing looks really good. The water looks really good. Everything looks really good on this thing. So the tire's flat. And I had this thing from one of those Craftsman 18 horsepower lawnmowers, and it's the exact same size as these tires. And I measured it, and the holes right here will just bolt right up to the holes the tire, so on the axle. So this thing's kind of sitting at an angle right now. Let's make it look a little bit nicer. Looks so much better with that tire on there. Now it's actually straight. Alright, so I just stuck a battery also underneath the seat, and now come over here and flip the key. Comes on. Doesn't want to crank, but at least we have life in here now, and the solenoid back here flips. So need a fuel pump yet, as well as I think probably the seat switch went out. That's probably why this thing doesn't want to start. Either that or one of these levers has a switch attached to it and it's not disengaging. That's why it's not cranking, but let's go throw a fuel pump onto it and make sure that works, and then go on from there. Alright guys, check it out. Little inline fuel pump plumbed into the original line right here, little line out into the filter here, hooked up the wire right here, and ground the other one. Now I turn the key. It works. So now, thing still isn't cranking, so let's go ahead and check for switches. And I guess it had to be almost safety switch because nothing else on here I don't think could be a problem. So let's go look around. Alright guys, I've checked all the safety switches I can find, the one under the seat, the one for the parking brake lever, the one for the mower deck, all that kind of stuff. I cannot find a single switch that's wrong, or I haven't tested switches, but I pushed them all in. And remember, this guy claimed this was a working lawnmower until the clutch went out. So theoretically, this thing should work. It's not. So I know I have fuel pump. I know I have the solenoid that works, and that should be the only thing required to make this engine run. So I'm going to turn the key to the on position. The wire hooked up down here. You can touch like you're basically touching a wrench. This has a little piece of plastic that's covering the wire, so I can't do that with a wrench or a screwdriver. Touch this. I'm going to go jump start the starter basically, and get crank over, and should fire up because frankly I'm trying to mess with this thing and this thing's not going to work. So I do have a concern down here that could be a concern. Just like a return oil line. But I got my trusty oil pan under here, so if it does start to leak, it won't go all over my nice clean floor. So let's go ahead and try to fire this thing up. Why? Yeah, engine's locked up. Alright guys, as you can see, several hours has passed, but I figured it out. The clutch that's on this PTO shaft right here is totally stuck. I thought I was just not engaging, but here it's totally stuck. So that thing is mounted to this flat steel right here, and it just kept trying to basically rip this piece of flat steel in half whenever I turned it over. And now, it turns. And it has compression and everything. So, okay, let's try starting again. I left the muffler off because I'm running out of time. So I'm straight piped, so let's try it. Alright guys, next day out, beautiful summer day, and I found this inside the fuel tank, but beyond the fuel filter. Last I checked, diesel fuel was either red or green, but not yellow, and it smells horrible. So, I'm pretty sure this tank right here is completely full of that crap, and I'm basically forgetting the fuel tanks, and I stuck on this little tank off a lawnmower, hooked to the fuel pump, hooked straight to the injection system. The injection system still has that old nasty fuel in it, but I don't think it would take super long to get rid of that. Let's just start cranking it and see if it will run now, because it did fire a couple times last night, but nothing even close to running. So now it has fresh fuel in it, it might actually run. So let's give it a shot. Woohoo! It runs! It make a pretty nasty noise though when I revved up a tiny bit there, but... Oh crap! That's not good. Oh man! Tore up that connector. Man. Might still work. Man, oh man, that's dumb. Alright, well. Guess I should have connected it together. Oh well. It runs! Alright, that's all it needed was new fuel and it runs, so... It's awesome. Let's go ahead and hook the drivetrain back up and fix this oil line that's down here. And maybe we should see if we can get the key switch to work, because right now I have to touch the starter with this thing and it's not exactly nice. So get the key switch to work up there and flush the fuel tanks out, then we take it for a ride. So let's get to it. Alright guys, I pulled off that hydraulic hose and replaced it with that nice black new hose. And also I found out that the neutral switch for the hydraulic pedals was not connected, so now cranks over with the key. So now it's awesome. So I hooked everything back up, hooked the drive shaft back together right up there. So now we're gonna go ahead and try to drive it actually. So we'll go ahead and switch over to filming with Luke's phone. Now I'm gonna go ahead and drive it around. So let's go and get it started here. Alright guys, so tried it out as you saw and didn't do anything. Then we discovered this little reservoir right here and it was completely empty, and also we're missing an oil filter. So happened to have one for our truck. It fit perfectly on there, got that line in there as you saw, and put 4.5 quarts of oil in here, which is pretty close to what they were calling for supposedly. So, and the little clear tube in the front here, if you can see that very well or not, there is oil in that little tube. That's kind of your indicator. So we're gonna go ahead and try to start this thing up and see if we can get this thing to move around. So let's try it. Watch out for the battery! Mark! Alright guys, this thing runs and operates like it should. The 2 pickup arms on the front here work, the brakes work, all the power steering works, everything seems to work as it should. They did not overheat, so that's good. Everything looks like it should, and for $100 I gotta say, this thing's pretty awesome. So, next time we'll be figuring out why these 2 pedals up here, basically they should be springy, and they're not springy. You have to tap the opposite direction to make it work. So that needs a lot of oil and some spring possibly. Get that fixed, as well as get the seat so it doesn't do that all the time, as well as hook the motor deck up to it and work on the clutch, to get the clutch to work. So, till next time, thanks for watching Car Technology. Be sure to subscribe and like this video, and I will see you next time. Experiments. Bye. Subscribe. Watch out for the battery. Mark.